Aren't you too tired?
Strangely enough, not at all. I've been jotting down notes nonstop. Personas, shadows. You even mentioned, aligning a shadow with your cause. There's so much to unpack here. The prospect of analyzing this data over the next few months is exhilarating.
Yeah, and we've got a ton to discuss too, Crow. About the memory room, and don't think that we forgot that outburst in the safe room. What was that about?
Your curiosity is appreciated, Dr. Ishiki. And Futaba, I'll gladly clarify your visions. However, let's call it a momentary lapse in the safe room is best left unexamined. Concern for Mona's safety got the better of me, that's all.
Come on, that's bullshit. You were talking to someone invisible, totally unhinged.
Futaba, language. We all have our breaking points. Crokun's revelations, despite the chaos we've been through, are a scientific goldmine. You've opened a door to a world I only dreamed of, Crokun. For that, you have my deepest gratitude.
Well, it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. Your expertise is invaluable in navigating these complexities.
Seeing is truly believing, isn't it?
I trusted you, and you stabbed me in the back. You're just like the rest of them. Morgana, Haru, all of you. You're just a bunch of ungrateful hypocrites. Everything you have, you owe to me. To me! I gave you a chance in life, you ungrateful.
Do you hear that?
I listened to your endless
Akira's voice?
babbling, supported your pitiful endeavors.
Yes, it's Akira-kun, isn't it?
During your so-called
But I've never heard him talk like this. These words, they're so harsh,
I put my life on the line
laced
day
with
after
pain
day.
and anger.
And now, you dare to try and take ungrateful hypocrite. What a delightful reward. What a beautiful friendship. I bent
Stay
reality
cautious
itself to
and
keep
keep
him
your eyes
alive.
open
I
for
really think I would let a pervert like you lay hands on him. He's mine.
Food! But it smells really funny. Not what we had a whiff of from the outside.
The food is out of proportion and completely spoiled.
Don't try to consume anything. But I suppose if you want to collect some samples, it would be... You... You certainly took your sweet time. Here, I believe this belongs to you.
Mona! And another Akechi? What's going on?
Morgana. What have you done to him? He's unharmed, just unconscious. You okay, little prince?
Goro, yeah, dizzy.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. Your focus should be elsewhere right now. If you allow me a guess, the most probable hypothesis on your presence here is to awaken Yusuke to the truth. Why are Dr. Ishiki and Futaba here?
We've been searching the whole city for Mona. Why are you here if you're with us? How can there be two Akechis?
But my guess is that this Akechi-kun is a cognitive being. Fascinating. But now that we have found Morgana, we should urgently return to the real world. We can always come back for answers.
Hold on just a moment. Awaken Yusuke to the truth, you said. What is this place? And what happened to Mona? Of course you wouldn't go back now that you're so close to your goal, would you? Haven't you guessed already what this place might be?
A cognitive Akechi, awake and aware. That would mean...
This cognitive world under Maruki's influence seems global, but here, it's an abnormal distortion, just like the cruise ship. I'm pretty sure I've been here before, albeit under different circumstances.
How could that be, Crokun?
We're in Yusuke's head, right? He told me about his visions. Akechi told him about the true reality, and Yusuke started to have doubts. which distorted Maruki's perfect cognitive world, creating this abnormality. Just like in Mom's research.
I'm impressed that you deduced so much. You might very well be right.
It's indeed a major part of my research. Distorted desires can grow into distorted structures within the collective unconscious, emerging amidst society's consensus.
But that means, since I know about the true reality too, I might have a similar distortion and Mom as well.
You're a defensive mechanism, aren't you? A guardian of Yusuke-kun's cognition, protecting him from the pain of the truth Akechi brought.
Whoa, almost perfect. I am but a reflection, the embodiment of what Yusuke sees, and perhaps fears in Goro Akechi. I'm delighted you caught on so quickly, but for what's coming, our hero of the truth here needs to stand alone. Our discussion requires a narrower audience. Dormina. What are you doing to them? They're just asleep. You have items to wake them when we're done, don't you? But before you proceed, you must prove yourself. Yusuke's trust is not given lightly, especially now. Prove myself? Does it have something to do with Akira's words we heard earlier? What happened, and where is Yusuke? It does indeed. And it's simple. Yusuke is further in the distortion in one of the rooms behind this locked door. To continue, you'll have to convince me to open that door for you. So this is how Yusuke sees me. Dramatic, confident, and infuriatingly cryptic. Fascinating. Isn't it? A cognitive work of your many faces, the ones you've shown to Yusuke, the philosopher, the introvert, the truth seeker. Yusuke needed support, and a comforting illusion came to him before you did. Now, I cannot allow you to hurt him further or betray his trust. Convince me. What do you seek in Yusuke? How do you truly perceive him? You expect me to just tell you how I feel just because you ask? You barge in here with Mona unconscious, put everyone to sleep, and I should do as you say? Mona and the ladies are fine, but time is ticking. If you don't reach Yusuke in time, Maruki might just take your options out of the picture. Maruki is on his way? Can't I just fight you and be done with it? I'm clearly not in the mood for a psychological battle with myself right now. You don't know what we've been through these last hours. You know how the cognitive world operates. Defeating me won't open that door. Besides, opening up about your feelings isn't that much of a psychological battle. I was under the impression your bond with Yusuke revolved precisely around letting yourself be vulnerable. Am I mistaken? Huh. What do you want to hear from me? It seems our esteemed Akira has irreparably damaged his bond with Yusuke. As someone who has also been seen as a traitor, you may find it difficult to reach Yusuke now. I'm here to spare Yusuke from the agony of betrayal by another so-called friend. Akira, what happened? I'm not here to enlighten you on your boyfriend's misguided actions. My concern is whether you're yet another manipulator in Yusuke's life. You'll have to convince me of the purity of your intentions. Should be a breeze for someone as honest as yourself, right? So remove your mask and speak true. Remember, I always know when I'm being lied to. I'm not particularly against the challenge, I wouldn't even know where to start. Let's start from the beginning. How did you truly view Yusuke when you first encountered him? Was there any genuine interest, or was he just another pawn in your grand strategy? You want honesty, right? Well, I saw Yusuke as nothing more than an eccentric oddity, an artist lost in his own world, oblivious to the darker realities around him. I remember thinking he was as foolish as Ryuji Sakamoto, albeit in a more artistically pretentious way. Another one of Joker's naive recruits, a useless sheep. Quite a superficial assessment for someone as perceptive as you. Were you always so dismissive of potential connections? that time, my focus was narrow, fixated solely on my own goals. I saw the phantom thieves as tools, as means to an end. Their individual quirks, their passions, they were irrelevant to me. Yusuke, with his artistic idiosyncrasies, was just a mere background character, lost in his own world, an easy pawn for Madarame. His obsessions, his artistic rants, I found them childish, laughable. It was nothing more than youthful naivete in my eyes.
A useless, eccentric weirdo, then. That's quite contemptuous.
You asked about my initial impressions, and there they are, unvarnished and blunt.
I thank you for your honesty. But between us, it seems unlikely that there is much hope for a significant and genuine adjustment in your perception of Yusuke. Even at the moment, I can tell that Yusuke sees you, and me, as a more empathetic and open-minded individual than you are.
If you really do have empathy and an open mind, would you please give me the chance to plead my case for the way I've changed?
But of course, let this serve as your examination. Are you not currently in the same mindset as before, striving for freedom and the defeat of the false god, as you were when you sought Shido's downfall? What makes you think that you can build something real with Yusuke?
Because I have taken the time to get to know him. And Yusuke and I have many similarities. Our shared past and struggles makes me understand and want to understand Yusuke more than anyone.
Understanding and experiencing are not the same. Yusuke's world is one of beauty and idealism, even amidst the pain. Yours is one of cynicism and reality.
True. But is it not possible for one to learn from the other? Yusuke's vision, his ability to see beauty where I see ugliness, it's something I've come to admire, even envy.
And what of your methods? Your willingness to cross lines that Yusuke wouldn't even approach?
Wouldn't even approach? Are you sure about that? Just like Anne, Yusuke has managed to overcome his instinctual reaction towards revenge in its darkest form only because Joker and the others have made him see reason. However, there was no one to stop my hand. That is the fundamental difference. Yes, I've crossed lines I can't uncross, but that doesn't mean I can't strive for something better, something more noble, like they all did. Our paths may have been different, but our end goals are the same: to uncover the truth, to bring light to the shadows.
I can only agree. Tell me then what you learned from Yusuke's friendship, by getting to know him as you said. Is there something deeper in your bond with him than your relentless wish for him to learn the truth and be free of this utopia? How does it benefit you beyond the superficial or the need for manpower in your mission?
As I said, I've understood that we're more similar than I may have thought. Our paths have been laced with manipulation and betrayal. Yusuke was ensnared by Madarame's deceit. I, too, was nothing but a pawn in Shido's grand scheme. Our lives, our art, mere tools for their ambition.
Indeed, but while your pasts resonate with similar tunes of betrayal, your responses to these betrayals diverged. Yusuke sought redemption through creation, while your path was darker, more vengeful.
True. Vengeance consumed me. My entire existence orbited around the downfall of the man who ruined my life. But in this distorted reality, I've seen reflections of what could have been, what should have been. I've seen the potential for a different kind of justice, one that doesn't end with vengeance. That change of heart, it's not just for others, it's for ourselves too. Just like Yusuke saw the ugliness in Madarame and chose to seek beauty in the world, no matter what. Yusuke and we're both seekers of truth in our own ways. I want to be someone who can stand beside him in his search for authenticity, for real beauty in this twisted world.
You speak of change, of seeking beauty and truth, but what are you willing to sacrifice for this newfound path? Your ambitions have always been self-serving. What if Yusuke's desires conflict with your own?
Yusuke could be unaware or have a distorted memory, but I have a profound connection with the principle of sacrifice. That's the whole point of this fake reality ordeal. Akira could not accept my original path to redemption. The present sacrifice I am making is not one of loss, but rather one of slow gain and advancement, although it is equally as distressing. Trust me.
I understand. Fascinating. You suggest that you are already sacrificing your freedom to atone in some way? However, you have not yet relinquished what truly matters to you, have you? Let's suppose that upon learning the truth, Yusuke thirsts for revenge against Akira Kurusu for accepting this altered reality. How would you navigate that? Would you stand against Akira, whom you've been so intricately bound to?
If it ever came to that, if Yusuke's journey towards healing and truth required standing up to Joker, I would choose Yusuke, not out of a desire for revenge, but for the sake of justice and the restoration of reality. No matter how I feel about Akira, I will always stand for my justice first, like I always did. So it's not so much about Yusuke here, but me.
And if your choices put you at odds with Yusuke's desires, if standing for what's right meant standing alone?
If it's truly the right thing to do, and not a misguided pursuit driven by selfish motives, then I would stand alone. If that means losing favor, so be it. I'm done being someone I'm not, and I won't abandon my core principles for anyone or anything.
A commendable endeavor, as long as you can see clearly. Speaking of your principles, and more specifically, the way you conducted yourself during times of self-reliance, you have always taken pride in your ability to gather and apply information, yes? One could say it is nearly a hobby, or perhaps even a necessity. You are undoubtedly a masterful manipulator.
Knowledge has served as my weapon, my protection. It is how I've survived. What are you trying to say?
Imagine if you held deeply personal information about Yusuke that had the potential to shatter his world. Would you use it for your own gain?
I am aware of such information, actually.
Oh? Do tell.
Yes, it concerns the truth about Yusuke's parentage and the identity of his father. It is information very few know about, which I uncovered while investigating Madarame and his students last year under Shido's orders. Revealing this truth to him would probably have made him trust me much more easily, but I chose to keep it to myself.
A truth that could have given you leverage, yet you chose silence. That is indeed surprising coming from you.
Yeah, if one day he looks for his biological father, I'll tell him. But Yusuke deserves to build his life on his own terms, free from the shadows of a past he never asked for. If keeping this secret means he can do that, then that's the path I'll choose, no matter how much it goes against my instincts.
One more question. We talked about sacrifices for Yusuke, for the truth. Let's turn the tables. What if, against all odds, you exist in the true reality? Would you continue your friendship with Yusuke beyond this mission? Or would you isolate yourself once Maruki is defeated?
You speak in what-ifs, suggesting that I would be alive in the true reality.
Your bond with Yusuke is still a what-if in itself. As long as I haven't opened that door, dear.
Isolation has been my shield in a world that's been nothing but cruel. Yet this journey, and the connections I've made lately, have demonstrated the worth of bonds, regardless of their origin in a distorted reality. Maintaining a bond with Yusuke, or anyone else, besides Akira in the true reality, would be uncharted territory for me. However, Morgana has already changed that perspective, hasn't he? He has become an integral part of my daily routine. A partner beyond our mission? So, why not Yusuke? He is someone who perceives beyond the superficial and does not halt at one's mistakes. A friendship with him, one not marred by ulterior motives, would be refreshing, Challenging, yes, but worthwhile. If I exist out there, if I have a life beyond this altered state, I'm not planning to retire to loneliness. And Yusuke, his perspective, his quest for beauty amidst the chaos, it's something worth preserving, worth being a part of. But I would also have to be worthy of his friendship.
No more masks then? No more games?
I've been a man of many masks, but once removed, they can't just be donned again. I'm so sick of pretending. If they're somehow brave or hopeful enough to see something in me beyond the wrongdoings, I want to prove them right and not shy away.
It's time for you to prove yourself then. Your portrayal of your relationship with Yusuke has been highly practical and pragmatic until now. He would undoubtedly make a valuable companion and perhaps even earn your trust beyond the common objective you share. I acknowledge your honesty once again, yet relationships extend beyond cognitive reasoning and choices. What are your feelings toward him? Does he hold a place in your frozen heart?
What do I feel? All right. Yusuke, he reflects aspects of myself I've long tried to deny. His struggle for validation, his desire for something genuine in a world filled with deception. I see echoes of my own journey in his. As a partner, he won't be a meat shield or just some very good fighter. He's someone who understands the duality of our existence, and he's genuinely interesting to talk to.
This is not what I'm asking. You're repeating yourself.
We're similar. In Yusuke, I can feel a kinship with someone who had also been used by a corrupt adult. But unlike me, he retained his belief in the beauty and purity of a world I just see tainted, thanks to the Phantom Thieves. It's a mirror. I see in him what I could have been under different circumstances. He reminds me that there's more to life than just vengeance and ambition. He offers a perspective I've long neglected.
You're still expressing yourself with your mind, not your heart. Let's see. How has your bond with Yusuke altered your perception of the man who used you?
Shido? Well, my pursuit of his validation, it was a misplaced desire for recognition, you could say, between you and me. And it's even clearer when you consider how I felt when I saw you walk into that room. I still haven't got over the way it ended.
My apologies for the discomfort. No worries. Yusuke has a much higher regard for you than Shido does.
Is the opposite possible at all? Anyways, thanks to Yusuke and our discussions, I've started to realize that I don't have to blame myself as much. That feeling this way was not abnormal considering the circumstances, and doesn't make me an anomaly. And that, my complex feelings for Shido, or his for Madarame, doesn't have to define our entire being.
Insightful. Is that all? You really despise sentimentality, don't you?
No, not really. I understand what you mean. It's more than that, yes. Yusuke really challenges me, makes me think differently, in his very special, soothing, non-judgmental way. I find myself opening up very easily when I'm with him. I always talk too much, but it's because I know he'll understand, or try to understand, everything I say. He's perceptive. He sees the world in a way I can't, and that's valuable to me.
Valuable? How? Is it enough to simply entrust yourself to him? Are you content with him being just a mere confidant? After all, you already have Akira for that, don't you?
Yes, but it's different with Yusuke. How? It's just as I said, Don't forget to breathe. We're pushing the limits here, aren't we? Indeed. The distinction is that Akira loves me for who I am. He doesn't try to fix me or help me. He loves me as a whole, with all my flaws and twisted parts. And that's all I've ever wanted. Someone who could impossibly love the real me. But perhaps that's not what I truly need. Go on. Yusuke, the others, the bonds I'm forming, they're not just accepting me, they're challenging me, pushing me to be better. It feels less and less like I'm wearing different masks anymore. I feel like I'm rethinking how I see the world, myself, my choices, my priorities, thanks to their perspective, their understanding of the little darker parts of me that I dare to show. I want to be better. I want to be better. I refuse to settle for being just this wreck. That does sound painfully genuine. It's as genuine as it gets. I've played enough roles to know the difference. I want to help Akira and the others, just as they've helped me by giving me a chance, and I can't be of any help if I'm lost in doubt. To answer your question, I really want to make a place in my heart for them, for Yusuke. I need to believe in this path, in these bonds, in the chance to redefine who Goro Akechi can be. Akira's promise is not the only one I wish to uphold. I must congratulate you on the destruction of Shido's ship. Truly a bold move, a bit terrorist, but satisfying nonetheless. What are you talking about? I have many talents, but terrorism isn't typically in my repertoire. Curious. Yusuke's version of events included a rather dramatic explosion. If not you, then who? You're saying the ship exploded? Could it have been Maruki's handiwork? The reason why Yusuke's distortion here was able to grow so much and create cognitions like me is partly because you relentlessly told him the truth, and partly because Maruki was away. So it's unlikely Maruki was behind the ship's destruction. But it's not just the ship. I thought Maruki was responsible for Mona's disappearance too. Explain, at last. How did he end up here? Yusuke found him in this state, a few streets away from here. Perhaps Mona himself can shed light on that when he awakens. For now, I suggest you focus on reaching Yusuke, and take it one step at a time. I'm not the only defensive mechanism Yusuke has put in place against betrayals and pains. Would you like to handle Futaba-chan and Mona while I take care of Dr. Ishiki? Your next obstacle is just right behind this door. This has to be the most bizarre and uneventful infiltration I've ever been part of. In Yusuke's fragile state, confrontation isn't his chosen method of defense. He's hurting, and in need of genuine assistance.
So, you've come, Goro Akechi. What brings you to this sanctum of art?
I'm here seeking understanding, though I doubt it's the kind you're willing to offer. There's no need for hostility. This isn't the Madarame, you know. He's a figment of Yusuke's longing, a creation of Maruki's reality, a mentor figure, benevolent and nurturing.
Ah, so you are aware. Then perhaps there is hope for meaningful discourse.
Meaningful discourse, is it? I'll be the judge of that.
You'll need to navigate this encounter on your own. Remember, here, Madarame represents what Yusuke wishes were true. Good luck.
Now, Akechi-kun, let us explore the depths of your understanding of art, as I am here to shift your focus to something central to Yusuke's essence, the concept of beauty. Tell me, Akechi-kun, how do you perceive beauty? What does it represent to you?
Beauty is, a concept I've often viewed through a pragmatic lens. In my world, beauty was a tool, a mask. It was something to be exploited, either in myself or in the world around me.
But that's the perspective of the detective, the deceiver. What of Goro Akechi, the individual? Strip away the layers of manipulation and strategy. What does beauty mean to you?
If I strip away the layers, if I look beyond the facades, I see beauty as a paradox. It's both a moment of clarity and a veil of illusion. In the clarity, there's an honest expression, a raw, unfiltered glimpse into the soul, whether it's art, nature, or a moment of genuine human connection.
And the veil of illusion?
It's the realization that beauty can be transient, elusive. It's knowing that what we perceive as beautiful can change, can be lost. It's the understanding that beauty isn't always pure. It can be tainted by our desires, our fears, our biases.
So, you acknowledge beauty's complexity, but do you value it? Does it hold meaning for you, beyond its utility?
I'm beginning to see its value, yes. In this distorted reality, in my interactions with Yusuke, I've started to appreciate beauty for what it is, not as a tool, but as an experience, a painting, a moment of kindness, a painful yet beautiful truth. They all have their place in shaping our understanding of the world.
You speak of beauty in life's experiences. Is there a particular moment or aspect that resonates with you?
Yes. There was a moment on the beach with Yusuke. We discussed the adaptability of a hermit crab, its journey to find a new shell. It was a simple, natural occurrence. Yet, in that moment, there was beauty. In the struggle, the resilience, the continuous search for a place to belong. It was a metaphor, not just for the hermit crab, but for us, for me.
A poignant observation. It seems your time with Yusuke has indeed begun to alter your perception of beauty, of life.
It has, and it's not just altering my perception. It's challenging me to grow, to see beyond the confines of my past, my ambitions, to appreciate beauty in its many forms, even those that are fleeting or painful.
I see. Yusuke's heart was shattered by betrayal, yet he found strength to seek beauty amidst the ugliness. Can you say the same?
You were the one who betrayed him.
The real Madarame, perhaps. I am Maruki's creation, the caring mentor Yusuke longed for. Accusing me only causes more turmoil in Yusuke's subconscious. I am the embodiment of his longing for true understanding of his art.
Yes, I understand. Well, Yusuke views the world through a lens of beauty, even in its darkest corners. I've mostly seen only the filth, the decay underneath. It's only now that I'm starting to look beyond that.
To truly understand Yusuke, you must comprehend how art is his sanctuary, where pain transforms into beauty. Yusuke's mother collapsed when he couldn't understand the world, a tragedy neglected by a man he idolized. Your mother met a similar fate. Why couldn't you see his vision?
My own art, my own sanctuary, was killing and chaos. Art in itself. It's a realm I've seldom understood that
faked to understand for my image. But Yusuke, he wields his brush to unravel the complexities of the soul. I've probably been too engrossed in my own darkness until recently to really see the light in others' creations. My path was clouded by hatred. It was a consuming fire, blinding me to anything but Shido's downfall. I've changed.
You certainly adore repeating that you've changed, don't you? Let's see if that's true. Show me how you perceive beauty, with more than mere words. Paint your own interpretation of it.
Paint it? I lack the expertise to portray something so intricate. I can only produce crude sketches.
Do not fear. Just picture it vividly in your mind, and it shall materialize before our eyes.
To visualize it in my mind?
Yes, take your time. Show me if your words truly reflect your understanding of Yusuke and the beauty amidst pain.
All right.
This is remarkable. This piece speaks of a full grappling with profound complexities. There's a story here, a deeply personal one, I presume. Your use of colors and forms, they're unconventional, yet they resonate with an undeniable authenticity. Tell me, what inspired this creation? What is it that you're trying to convey through this canvas?
Well, this painting is... It's an unrefined expression, a raw glimpse into the chaotic undercurrents of beauty and suffering. Each stroke, each color clash is a testament to the duality that defines us all. These tumultuous pinks and blues, they speak of a mother's love, nurturing yet burdened. She's the unsung hero, her beauty masked by the weight of her world, a grace overshadowed by her struggles. And then there's this void, a hollow space amidst the chaos. Akira. Charismatic, captivating, yet so profoundly empty. It's a beauty that's surface deep, an allure that masks an inner, unreachable void. Lastly, these scattered, erratic lines, they're Yusuke's and Morgana's relentless pursuit of an ideal. It's born from pain, a ceaseless striving for something just out of reach. It's beauty in its most tragic form, a never-ending battle between reality and aspiration. This painting is purposefully flawed, fragmented, yet in its imperfection there's a truth that's often overlooked. It's the beauty in pain, the pain in beauty, a cycle, a duality that's both haunting and profound. And here, in this corner, the figure staring out at the sea.
It's a stark contrast to the rest of the painting. While the rest of the canvas wrestles with the abstract, the paradoxes of life and existence, this part, it is different. It is grounded.
It's a reminder, isn't it? That amidst the chaos of our thoughts, the complexities of our emotions, there are moments that anchor us to the here and now,
Moments that aren't tangled in the what-ifs and why-nots of life.
Indeed, this part of the painting is a testament to the beauty of the present, the beauty of just being. It's an unspoken truth that amidst life's tumultuous journey, these quiet moments of self-reflection hold their own indescribable beauty. They are what makes life, with all its paradoxes and complexities, truly worth living. You've captured the essence of pain and beauty with a depth that's truly moving.
Yusuke.
The contrasts, the struggles, the quiet reprieve by the sea, it all speaks of a profound understanding. It's clear, the turmoil, the love, the void, and the pursuit, all laid bare in an exposition of colors and forms. This painting, it's a mirror to the soul, raw and unadulterated. It shows the beauty of existence, the pain of aspiration, and the solace of acceptance.
You understand then?
Akechi-kun, your journey through Yusuke's psyche has not been in vain. You've delved into the depths, where many fear to tread, and emerge with an understanding that's both poignant and rare. I can see now that Yusuke's heart and his art are in capable hands. You truly comprehend the beauty that resides within the pain, the splendor that dwells in the cracks and crevices of our lives.
Sensei?
It seems my role here is fulfilled. Yusuke could not ask for a better companion to navigate the complexities of life. I shall leave you with him.
So, truth can win over comforting illusion even without an actual fight. This has certainly been enlightening.
Akechi, I can see your unwavering determination to reach me, but why should I return to the true reality? There, I stand alone. Madarame is behind bars. Akira has cast me aside, and you're not even among the living. Pain and solitude are all that await me, without a guiding light, without a mentor or a partner.
Yusuke, it's precisely in solitude that we find our greatest strength. You've weathered storms and emerged with insights few possess. Do you truly require a mentor when you yourself have become a beacon of experience? Must you always be the taker? Or is it not time you also became the giver, as you have given me a new perspective on the world?
But my art, it was nurtured by those connections.
And it will continue to flourish because of them. Your art, your creativity, your intellect, they are yours, honed through every trial. The struggles, the pain, they will forge beauty in your hands. Your works will stand as monuments, not just to shared moments, but to a life uniquely lived and felt. That is your true legacy.
A legacy of my own.
Exactly. In the true reality, you're not confined by anyone's shadow or expectations. You have the chance to forge your own path, to create not just art, but a life that's as compelling and intricate as your paintings. That Yusuke is the real beauty worth pursuing.
How can you be so certain? You claim to be in pursuit of justice, yet all it seems to yield is endless suffering. Is there truly merit in such revelation? Does Maruki not offer the ultimate resolution, free from the shackles of our preconceived notions? Akira seems to believe deeply in that answer, the one where you have so much importance over the rest of the world. As the embodiment of justice and selflessness, he went to such lengths. I struggle to understand how...
Yusuke, believe me, I understand how you feel. Akira's decision to reshape the entire world for my sake struck me as profoundly as Shido's betrayal. A staggering blow, an outcome I haven't even genuinely anticipated. His desire to keep me alive, whether they stem from a savior complex or genuine affection, surpassing even his profound commitment to reshaping society. It was clear that this was extremely personal. Before Maruki's intervention about my fate, Akira never faltered in his quest for true justice.
He never showed the slightest inclination to accept this fabricated utopia. But for my sake, he did. I couldn't simply ignore that, pretend it's not about me, because it is, in a way I never anticipated. And considering how much I owed, I couldn't let Akira drown in what seemed to be an unbearable grief, leaving him alone and prisoner in Maruki's grasp forever.
But then, why resist now? This dream, this illusion, has been our world for nearly a year.
Because initially, I saw this reality as my personal purgatory, a place where I shouldn't resist, where my punishment was to live without choice. Retaining my memories was no mere coincidence, but a cruel twist of fate. A way to deny me the one thing I yearned for. Freedom. I thought if I played along, made Akira happy, fulfilled his desires, I'd somehow atone for my past. Because, in my eyes, I never deserved more. But it's you, Yusuke, along with Morgana, Futaba, and the others, who opened my eyes. This isn't just about settling debts, or some selfish squabble between me and Akira, or even me against the world. It's about fairness, about justice for everyone. We can't allow Maruki, or anyone for that matter, to take control of our lives, to strip away our free will, our very essence as humans, no matter how comforting the lie might be. Like everyone else, Akira needs help as he doesn't see clearly, and I refuse to abandon him. He deserves closure, just like you all deserve to embrace your true selves.
He doesn't see clearly, you say? I place such unwavering faith in him.
I know you did, but now it's time to place that faith in yourself above all others.
My eyes, for so long clouded by false idols, now see the stark truth. Madarame, Akira, they were but mirrors reflecting a distorted self I wished to be. But no more. I've played the obedient disciple, the blind follower, too long. The fox does not trail behind the hound, it strides alone, with cunning and dignity. I refuse to be a pawn in another's game, a shadow in someone else's canvas. And so, Akechi, understand this. I extend my hand, not as a subordinate, but as an equal. A partnership where ideas clash and merge, where we challenge the world and each other. I won't allow you to lead me as Akira did, nor will I lead. We walk side by side against this darkness, as two distinct, indomitable spirits.
Your words resonate more than you know. A partnership built on mutual respect and independence is the only kind I'd entertain. Let's unravel this twisted reality together, Yusuke, as equals.
As equals. Whenever you are ready, Goro Akechi.
Hereward! Call of truth.
With each brushstroke, I sought validation, a fleeting glimpse of my mother's approval in the eyes of others, but no more. The true essence of beauty, it doesn't lie in the fake smiles of a false friend or the hollow praise of the connoisseur. It dwells within the depths of one's soul, in the raw, untamed wilderness of one's own experiences and struggles. My mother's art flows through me, a beacon ablaze and unshackled. I will honor her, not by imitating her brilliance, but by forging my own. My canvas will be a window to my very soul. This is my vow, my unyielding promise. Through my art, I will touch the hearts of those who gaze upon it, and in their reflections, I will find the ultimate validation, the understanding that true beauty lies in being unabashedly oneself. Ever since Akechi revealed the truth, my world has been in turmoil. But now I see clearly, the beauty I sought in art can only be rooted in reality, not in this phlegmatic serenity imposed upon me. I must stand firm, for my art, for my truth. I owe it to myself, to Akechi, to see the real world restored. Thank you, Sensei.
Oh my god, what time is it?
We're back. Is everyone all right? Mona?
Goro, are we home?
Yes, we are. How are you feeling?
Yeah, got a headache. Really sleepy.
It's okay, rest up. I'll get you some milk.
Only 3 in the morning. We spent less time there than I thought. What happened, though? Did the other Akechi just kick us out?
Not exactly.
It's 3 in the morning, but an entire day has passed. We need to head back to LeBlanc right now.
A whole day?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Sojiro might have called the police already. Let's go, Futaba. Dress up quickly. I'll think of something on the way.
But it's the middle of the night, and...
I'll call a cab. We can't afford to wait until morning. We'll head to my lab first, establish an alibi, then go straight to LeBlanc.
An alibi? I thought Sojiro-san trusted you with your long lab hours.
Yes, but vanishing without a word, he won't buy that. He's experienced with government work, remember?
Right. Have a safe trip back. Keep me updated, will you?
We'll catch up later, Neo. Glad you're safe. You really had us worried. You'll have to fill us in on everything, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Akechi-kun. Despite everything, this journey was unprecedented, life-changing even. I'll see you very soon. Take good care of yourself and Mona, all right?
I will. And thank you for your bravery and determination. You were both exceptional.
Ciao, Akechi. Bye, Mona.
Mona, do you feel like telling me what happened to you?
I won't be much help. Everything is so dizzy. I feel like I could sleep for a whole week.
I agree. I'm gonna call in sick to work. I have a lot to tell you too, but I'm completely exhausted.
Thanks for looking for me.
If you keep disappearing without warning, I'll have to carry you everywhere in my arms. Is that what you want, little princess?
Come on.
Come here.
Thank you.
Shut up.
It's not like Akechi to ghost us like this. Even Futaba's unreachable. This is getting weird.
Yeah, Makoto mentioned something about Goro calling sick to work, but that doesn't explain why he's not answering his phone. It's been 2 days. Do you think he's mad at us?
Mad or not, this isn't right. Want to go see Akechi after school? We could bring him sweets.
If he's sick, he'd rather eat healthy stuff, don't you think?
Good morning. I couldn't help but overhear. You're worried about Akechi-kun, correct? I'm his therapist. Perhaps I can assist.
He's not answering his phone, and that's definitely not like him, even if he's sick.
Yes, even I'm starting to worry. But you say you're a therapist? Akechi's in trouble?
Don't worry, Takamaki-san, Sakamoto-kun. You don't need to concern yourselves with anything. I'll handle the situation.
How do you know our names?
All right, let's head to the cafeteria. Wonder what today's special is?
I hope it's as delicious as always.
Isn't Akira-kun usually with you?
That guy. He's probably brooding in the courtyard or on the rooftop like always. Ciao, Doc.
Bye-bye!
Oh, Kitagawa-kun. Perfect. You seem distressed?
You!
Kitagawa-kun.
You. For months, you blinded me, manipulated my reality without my consent, my trust, my art, my very essence. You toyed with them all.
Yusuke-kun, you're misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? No, Maruki. You stole my sight, my truth. You draped a veil over my eyes, and I danced in your false serenity like a puppet. I was a mere shadow under your influence, a caricature of my true self. But no longer. My art, my life, they are mine to define, not yours to dictate. You thought you could contain the storm within me, shape my desires to fit your utopia? I am an artist, and my spirit will not be caged. As I stand here, every stroke of my brush will be a testament to my liberation, a rebellion against your manufactured peace. My art will scream the truths you tried to silence. It will be the voice of my rage, my sorrow, my unyielding will. You've played God with our lives long enough. It's time for you to witness the power of unbridled human spirit. May my art haunt you as a reminder of the lives you've tried to rewrite.
Yusuke.
Puny god.
What?
It was fun while it lasted. Goodbye.